based on what's in the title, that's the story that I'm gonna give you guys first. Okay. Woo. Sorry, mommy. Sorry. That's the story that I'm gonna give you guys first. And I don't even know where to start, to be honest. Okay guys, so the rest of this video is gonna be slightly different in terms of setting and background, because after I got to church and left church, I completely forgot to continue with the recording. So the rest of the video is gonna be happening with me in a different setting, completely different background, but you'll still get the gist of the entire story. So continue watching, and thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel, and welcome to the family. As for my OGs, thank you for staying with me. Now, this video is not intended to hurt or offend anyone. I'm simply just sharing an experience that I had, and yeah, I understand that I may have been wrong in my approach to it, but I stood firm in my wrongness, and I'm just here to share. Okay, so before I get into today's video, I would just like to address the elephant in this video. If you all notice it or notice them, I'm referring to the bumps that are sitting on my face presently. The one beneath my eye and the one on my chin, or next to my chin. I don't know where them come from, and I have a feeling to them a love bump or something like that, but whoever it is that is loving me secretly, please, you're causing harm and damage to my face. I'm a face down 100 already, so please don't make it even worse. Okay, so if you want to tell me that you like me and you love me or whatever it is, please just say it, but don't do it in secret. Okay, this is the result of it, and it's not cute. It's not cute. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into today's video. Okay, so based on the title, right, how I lost my job while I was 5 months pregnant. I'm a dental technician by profession, and a dental technician is a person who fabricates and make dental appliances, which are like dentures and retainers and whatever it is that you would put in your mouth. That's what the dental technicians do. We don't make braces, so no, we do not. I do not make braces. I don't know how to make braces. Okay, yeah, I do not make braces. That's an orthodontist, right? I think that's an orthodontist, right? So I make dentures, I repair them, I make mouth guards, I can kind of make some retainers, you know. So basically that's, you know, my field of expertise. Okay, and I think I'm very good at it. Well, yeah, I'm good at it. So so I've been working at this particular company. It's very also private, because I don't think Jamaica has any public public sector of such, you know, caliber standards. So it's obviously private, and I've been working there for almost 6 years now, not consecutively. I started for a period and I was fired from it. I was rehired after a year and a half, and I got fired again. So you'll hear how I got fired. I don't think I want to talk about how I got fired the first time, but the second time around, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna try and make the third time happen still, but let's see. No, we're not seeing about that. It's not gonna happen a third time, okay? It's not. But anyway, so I've been working there for about 6 years, and as I said, it's not consecutive because I've worked there before and I got fired and I was rehired sometime after that. However, starting the year 2022, so starting last year 2022, I kind of start feeling drained and tired and overworked because mine I put my all into this company. I put my all into this work, into this place. Giving my best and everything. Not saying that the space or the environment is terrible or anything like that, or that the boss is terrible. He's pretty, he's pretty cool and laid back, when all is going well for him. But when things aren't so wonderful, you see a different side to people. But anyway, so starting the year 2022, I felt a little burnt out. I felt tired. I felt, that I needed some help because I was his only staff, working staff, that is, outside of the cleaning person and the delivery man. I was his only working staff. So a good portion of the work was on me because he was hardly in the office or in the lab. And the area that he was expertise in, or is expertise in, which is porcelain and crown, metal and crown. We weren't getting that much in that area, so he didn't have that much to do, right? Anyway, um, so I mentioned to him that I needed some help. I needed somebody to come in and help me with some of you know, the easier tasks, then, so to speak, which is more of the pouring up of the models, um, the investing of the dentures, the trimming up of those little stuff. Because I'd more likely focus on the setting up and the waxing up and the trimming and such, right? But yeah, we I had reached out to the dental school the year before in 2021, asking for some of their final year students to come over to have some practice sessions for themselves, like a little internship. They weren't going to get paid, and so the benefits would be that they'll help us with some of the tasks while learning for themselves, and a little of the bread would have come off for me still. But that never happened until in May of 2022. That's when they were then available to come on over to help us, right? And by then, I don't know, the kind of work they kind of start reduce by them time there, so they didn't have much to do when they did come by. So he got somebody to work at about, I believe it was mid-February that we got somebody to work, right? This person has no knowledge of the field, right? And they were willing to learn, so we said, all right, no problem. Hired her, and I was the one that trained her for the first couple days into a week, call it that, because as I said, the boss was hardly ever in the office. So I trained her, I showed her the ropes, I showed her and explained to her what it is that we're doing and what it is that is required, etc. etc. um the thing is that one moment she'll give you the perception that she grasps what she is told and she understands it, and if you leave her on her own to do it, is like, what is it that you're doing, you know so this went on for a good while, because even before she made it to her probation period, which is it'll be about 3 months in, so she started in February, I believe, March, April. So before she even got to April, he was considering firing her, and I said to him, you know, give her another chance, and you see if you can work with her then to see if you can get her up to the standard that you want her to, because I was the one that took her on and was helping her through the whole process. I said to him, see if you can give her some time to learn from you then, because apparently she needs to be doing it how you want it to be done. Because after working there for so long, you know, it's not like you're not doing it how you want it to be done, but you kind of have you call it now, a regime or strategy of how you can get the work done and done properly and getting it out in time as well, right? So that is what I developed for myself. You know, it's not always gonna be done exactly how he wants it, but I do get the job done, right? And it gets the money coming in. No complaints from his clients about any of the jobs, unless it is that we miss something that was written on one of the forms, etc. But outside of that, All was good, or all is good. Um, so yeah, and he had planned to fire her. I told him, give her a chance, and he decided to give her a chance to see if she would improve and such and such. You know, improvement, it fluctuated because when you thought she knew what she was doing, and another week she completely didn't know what she was doing. So I just felt like I was still doing a lot of the work, or whatever work that was coming in, I still had the burden of that work to do. So the help was there, but it wasn't really helping, if you understand what I'm saying. So he decided now to change up some strategies or change up some protocols in the whole office itself, the lab protocols. When you work coming, you do this, various steps into the transition of the work. And he decided to make few adjustments and changes to accommodate her trying to learn the technique. I allowed him to do what he needed to do because, if it is that she's going to learn, if that is the way he thinks he's going to learn, fine, do what you need to do. In the event, I'm going to do what it is I'm used to doing, right? The changes cannot be for me, it has to be for her. So I went ahead and still continued to do my work, how it is that I've already been doing it, because the change of the protocol cannot be for me, it has to be for her. That's how I see it. If you guys don't agree with me, I don't know. But that's how I see it. It cannot be for me. I've been there longer and I'm used to this protocol and how things are done. To make this change just within months to accommodate one person doesn't make any sense to me. I did let him know this, that it doesn't make any sense, but I leave him to do what he wants to do, right? He didn't like that because he expected me to adjust to the changes that he was making, which to me did not make any sense. Why change something that is not broken? You're trying to fix something that is not broken, which he constantly does. Whether it comes to particular cases as well, your clients are not complaining about a particular thing. Why are you changing the structure of something? If there's no complaint, if there's a complaint, then you can consider changing, but nobody's complaining. And he would frequently come up with these new ideas and new things to do or get the work done, which is more like so adding more stress to me because he's not doing much of that work that he's changing. You get it? And it kind of did just get a toll on me, and it just kind of just it frustrated me, and I was so frustrated by it. And I have in a few moments where I lashed out at him because of these silly changes that he was making that just did not come to grasp with me. Right? I did lash out at him, and he didn't approve of that. And I'm a no nonsense kind of person, right? So if you're gonna come with something, make it make sense. Whether you're a boss or not, make it make sense. That's how I see it. That's how life is in general. Whatever you're coming with, make it make sense. I don't have to hop on it if I don't feel like hopping on it, but make it make sense. And the fact that I think these bosses nowadays feel like, oh, because I'm boss, I have to find celebrities. Yeah, but it's without workers, without little man in the place, your business can't thrive that much. Because as he would normally say, as my boss, ex-boss would normally say, one hand can't clap. So obviously you need somebody else there with you. So whatever you're doing, you have to consider and bear in mind the person who is there that is helping you as well. You can't just be like, oh, because I'm boss, I have the final say, and whatever I say goes. It no work. So at least I don't think so. Right? But anyway, moving on. While I was there, and after finding out I was pregnant, I was now really reconsidering whether or not I should walk off the job, because I was kind of getting so frustrated to the point where I said, you know what, I just need to leave this job or whatever it is. But then I said, no, I'm pregnant, so let me give it some time. Let me give it till upon it's my maternity leave. Then I'll then probably say I give myself reasons not to come back or go back to the job, right? So I delayed walking off the job for that reason, which should not be the case, right? Because I think money is always a factor for some people. When you want peace of mind, but because you want your money, you sit down in the job, we're not meaning you no good and it's stress or whatever the case is. That is what I ended up resorting to, sitting there because, oh, I'm pregnant and I'm going to need the money, so let me stay. Because I was really up and ready to go. But to my own surprise, this particular day, I think it was about the 3rd or the 4th of August, you know, things just changed. About the 3rd or the 4th of August, things just changed where I was just sitting there. Mind you, I had, oh, I don't think I should mention that part, but that particularly I had combed his daughter's hair, right? I'd stopped doing the work that I was doing to facilitate him in combing his daughter's hair. So I did that. After doing the daughter's hair, it's getting late and everything, and he came to me with a case and said, "Oh, he wants me to complete this case, and and so forth." And I'm like, "Sir, is it possible that you could take on this case and finish it because I'm over the top with this case right now? It is, yeah." He was like, "No, I'm asking you to do it." I said, "Sir, I don't really want to do that case because it's very problematic and I've done it so many times already and XYZ." He's like, "Well, whatever, you know, it's what he's saying and whatever it is." I'm like, "Well, I really don't feel like doing the case." I suggested to him, pass the case off to somebody else who can do it. And he was like, "Well, if you're not going to do the case, you can leave." And I said, "Okay, fine." He said, "Give me my keys and leave." Give him his keys and leave. So I gave him his keys and I didn't rebut about staying or anything like that. Mind you, I may have said a few other things, you know, to the frustration that I was in. I may have said some stuff, but I wasn't rebutting the fact of him firing me or letting me go. I was like, "Okay, fine. I'll leave." I gave him his keys and he ensured to tell me that I have no job there. So in future, I have no job there. And I was like, "Okay." And I left. Mind you, I may have been saying all of this in a bit of frustration, in a bit of with a little bit of anger and everything, emotions, expression and stuff. But me just couldn't bother no more. And I said, "Fine, better me go sit down." To be honest, better me go sit down. Because the theme stress and work stress, whatever stress, everybody stress. Better me go sit down. So that I did. Do I
No.
regret being fired? Knowing well I was 5 months pregnant? Yes and no. No, because um it was stressing me out. As I said, that when I started the year, even before I found out I was pregnant, I wanted to leave the job. I wanted to, you know, find something else to do. I wanted to. So to know that I was fired from the job now, it was like a breather for me because I say, all right, then fine, that I'm gonna go find something else to do, start it on my own or whatever the case is. So in that sense, no, I get that stress off of me. But yes, do I regret it? Because yeah, I was pregnant, right? I needed the funds. Plus I had car loans and student loans paying off or to be paid off. And that was where the income was coming from to do those things. So and then I didn't have little extra dollars, for my own self, I would need things, whether it be food or being able to treat myself, whatever the case is. I needed a little extra cash for that. But I'd have to say much thanks and appreciation to family members, whether it's my brother, my cousin, you know, my mother, my aunt, all my family who chipped in and just helped me out in that time, to say, oh, when I didn't have it. I say thanks to you guys, everybody who chipped in. I may not call everybody's name or identify everybody here, but you all know yourself. If you know you helped Sydney out in a time of need when she was out, down and out, I appreciate all of you and all of what you guys have done. I seriously do. Okay, so even though I was, I'm not trying to justify my actions, or maybe I am, but though I may have approached it wrong, my approach to the whole getting fired wrong, I'm gonna stand up in my wrong. I'm gonna stand up in my wrong because I just felt like it was a case of being taken advantage of. They might not like, they might not, he might not acknowledge that was the case, but it felt like that. So we cannot stop them wrong. I'm gonna just say, oh, if I saw, I saw, you know, if I saw, I saw. But yes, guys, but like I said, this video is not intended to, you know, hurt or offend anybody, and I would not advise anyone out there to do the same thing that I did. I mean, I've not said much about it in the video. However, if you can find other ways and approaches of how to handle a situation, whether with work or friends or family, however it is, find the best way to do it. And if it is that you've tried and tried it with the best ways that you can, and you only can think of doing it the part way in order for it to be sounded or heard, you know, in a respectful way, then go right ahead, you know. It has to be sound, only if it's necessary. Okay. So yes, guys, that's it for today. That's the video for today. Thanks for watching. I hope I was able to enlighten some of you guys who wanted to know about. So yes, this story was asked by many persons when I told them I was fired. So now I am basically giving you guys the opportunity of hearing how it is. Please don't hate me for it, but when a girl just can't take it anymore, a girl just can't take anymore. The same will go for relationships, but anyway, that's a different story. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.